All right, I'm Sarah, and I also flip-flop between the pirate or mermaid. I love them both, but clearly I made my decision. I'm really excited to teach a SOAS and IT band, foam rolling, and release style at the very end of class. So what you'll need for my section, you need a foam roller of any kind that you have, a tennis ball or a peanut, both will be fine. I'm an aerialist based out of Portland, really happy to be here. I missed you guys, it's good to be back.
Hi everybody, my name is Tylyn. I live in Denver, well, south of Denver, but I'm in the Colorado area with most of you, and I really love our Saturday workouts. These are probably my favorite one of the week, so thank you everyone for joining. I went with a onesie that is a mermaid, and I like it more than I thought I would. I think it's because my feet are exposed, but we're gonna pretend like it's a fin today. I have a booty burner for your pirate's booty today, aptly named. You can grab a TheraBand. It is just an option. Nothing that I'm doing today will require a TheraBand though. So if you want to be able to push yourself just a little bit more with some resistance, feel free to grab one of those continuous resistance band loopy things. But it's not necessary at all. Thank you so much for having me, Cressie. You're just so amazing, and I'm really happy that we're finishing this, what, week like 7 or something crazy? I don't even know. It's been so long.
Hey everybody, I'm Anastasia. I'm actually covering for Marisa today. I'm not Marisa, but I went as a mermaid, clearly. No, I'm kidding. I wanted to do mermaid, but pirate just came way more naturally. I even have a ship. I don't know if we can all fit, but we can try. So welcome aboard. I am going to be doing the warm-up and the hit the deck section. So a little bit of cardio for all of us to get things started. I'm an aerialist and a coach based out of Denver and Boulder at the moment. And I really dig this theme. I'm really enjoying the themed parties, especially since I get to dig through my closet, which most of it is costume anyway, and I get to actually wear some of the stuff in there. But it is time, so I guess I'll go ahead and get started. Everyone looks fabulous, by the way. I can identify the members of my crew. I love it. Let me change this to you. Cool. All right, we're going to start with a little gentler warm-up before we hit the deck. We're going to start by standing up on our ships and swaying a little bit. So I'm just going to start with a gentle side to side, maybe getting the shoulder moving. Maybe I've had too much rum. My pirate cat is here. This is Sam. He makes really awful sounds. He forgot how to meow. All right, as you're swaying, maybe take your neck into it a little bit, maybe doing some little semicircles with the head going forward. And if it feels good, you can take it all the way around in a big circle. But only if that feels good. Good, and let's take it into the shoulders. So I'm allowing my upper body to move a little bit as well. Again, you can either go side to side or go all the way around in a big circle. Up to you. Good, and then taking the hips into it as well. Maybe moving the hips and shifting the hips side to side. And again, maybe going around in a big circle if that feels right. Excellent. And then maybe let's do some side stretches. So bringing one arm up, taking a little side stretch, trying to reach really tall up and away through that arm. And you can brace yourself against your own leg. Nice, and then let's go towards the other side. So reaching up and over, reaching, extending, opening up the side body. Good, and coming back to neutral. All right, we're gonna do a couple of an up and down movements just to get our legs warmed up now. But we're going to take an inhale, bring the arms up and out, like we're praising the sun and the sea. And then we're gonna swan dive forward, folding forward, bringing the hands towards the shins or the floor, whichever one comes more easier. And pedaling out the feet, and you can take little bends here, bending one knee, bending the other knee, trying to stay as flat through the back as possible. And then you're going to bend both knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time until you're all the way back to standing. And inhale, reach the arms up. Nice, we're going to repeat. Tuck the chin, drop the arms, fold forward. This time we're going to walk the hands out so that we're in a downward dog. I'm just taking a couple of steps forward with my hands, my downward dog. And breathe there for just a moment. Maybe pedaling out the feet here as well. Bending one leg and then the other. Really trying to press the chest towards the thighs and the heels down towards the floor. Good, and then walk the hands back towards the legs so that you're once again balanced on your feet. Bend your knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time until you're standing. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Reaching up, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down, roll down. Forward fold. Walk the hands out until you are in your downward dog. Take a moment here. Rolling out the feet if you want to. And then shift yourself forward so that you're in a plank. I am really trying to push up through my shoulders and trying to scoop through my tailbone, staying nice and stacked and sturdy. Excellent. And then pushing back to your downward dog. Walking the hands back in, rolling up, bending the knees, one vertebrae at a time until you're standing. Last one, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, arms down, chin down, roll down until you're folded forward. Maybe you can get a little bit deeper this time. Maybe you can grab your legs and pull yourself in. Then walking your hands forward so that you're in your downward dog. Taking a moment here. Then step one foot into the center, other leg up towards the sky where your downward dog splits. Really trying to bring that leg as high as you can. If you want to open that hip and bend the knee, you can also do a little bit of that side bend action. Otherwise, you can keep that leg nice and straight. Good, and then that leg comes down, switch legs, other leg goes up towards the sky. Maybe opening up in this hip, taking a little side stretch. Then coming back, bringing that leg down. Shift forward to your plank. Deep inhale here. And reversing it back up, so shifting back to your downward dog. Walking the hands back to your legs, bend the knees, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Excellent job. All right, we're gonna get right into our cardio now. Let me check the chat. All right, so I have tried to come up with clever pirate names for all of the cardio exercises. So, oh, don't worry, the planks are coming. The planks are coming. So for this cardio workout, the way that it's gonna work is we're gonna do 30 seconds of effort and 15 seconds of break. There's 6 things in each set, and we're gonna do 2 sets. And I'll introduce all the items in the sets before we start, and then I'll remind you what we're about to do when we're about to get there. I am going to be using an interval timer for this one. So for the first set of things, we are going to do big swims. So we got stranded, we fell off the boat again, happens to me all the time. So we're gonna do big swims. I'm gonna shift to one leg and swim with that arm, and shift to the other leg and swim with the other arm. This is still supposed to be somewhat gentle, warming up. We're swimming through the ocean. Hate it when I fall off my boat. All right, for the second thing that we're gonna do in this set, we are trying to signal SOS. So we swam off the boat, we fell off, now we're on an island. So we're gonna do some jumping jacks to try to call our ship. Be like, hey guys, we're over here. So the second thing we're gonna do is some jumping jacks. Then our ship comes, we're gonna get back on. So we're gonna climb that ladder. We're gonna do some mountain climbers, right? Regular mountain climbers, trying to climb up that ladder, get back up on the boat. Then, looks like we gotta row the buoy around a little bit. So next thing we're gonna be doing is sitting down. We're gonna get our rows out. We're gonna row back and up and back and up. It's a sit-up with a little arm motion or a little bit of rowing, all right? After that, we finally made it up on the boat, so we're excited. We're gonna do a little pirate jig. It's a skip and an arm swing at the same time. I'm doing opposites. I'm gonna do a little pirate jig. We're excited. We're back on the boat. And the last thing that we're gonna do is mimic some, thanks. And we're gonna mimic some natural sea life. So we're going to be a starfish. You're gonna hold your starfish position, and you can either flutter or just hold. Remember, all these things are going to be going for 30 seconds. So this is part one of our pirate story. Somebody liked it, they really liked it. I had a really fun time trying to come up with all of these ideas, by the way. If you know what my ship should be called, let me know. Maybe you can come up with a cool name. Okay, we're going to start with our big swims first. When you're ready, we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. So big swims. Oh, fell off that boat again. Aye, aye. Moving through the ocean, really reaching, trying to find a big extension, shifting side to side. Maybe open up the hips a little bit. The lower you go, the farther you go. One, all right, rest for a moment. The next thing that we're going to be doing is our SOS signals, aka jumping jacks. We're trying to get our ship to come over. We're over here, guys, and begin. Remember, keep your arms straight, legs straight. You gotta be as big as possible, otherwise it's hard to see you. Very nice, looking good. And rest, excellent. All right, the boat's coming. Y'all are doing awesome. But now we gotta climb up that ladder. So we're gonna do mountain climbers next. So get ready, set, and go. Knees into chest. Nice and fast. Try to keep those abs engaged, reaching belly button towards ceiling. Good, rest. All right, we're now in our buoy. We gotta row the boat to the main ship. So we're gonna be doing our sit-ups. You can, of course, stick your feet under something if you need to. Ready, and begin. So dropping back, rowing the boat. The arm swings are, of course, not necessary, but really fun. Ah. Ooh, good rowing power. And rest. All right, we made it up on the boat. The next thing we're gonna do is our little pirate jig. So remember, it's a skip and an arm swing at the same time. Ready, set, begin. Everyone's celebrating. Team's back together again. You know, a little like skip if you want to. 5 more seconds. Good, rest. Last but not least, we're gonna mimic our starfish. We're trying to either hold or you can flutter the limbs. Ready, set, go. So arms out, legs out, and either fluttering or holding. Try to be a big starfish, long, reaching through the body. You can even do a little side to side rocking if you want to. Try to stay really solid through the core. Don't let your shoulders and your hips move independently, they move as a unit. Good, and rest. Good job, everyone. Take a quick breather. Quick breather. And then I've got one more set for you. For the next one, while you're breathing, I'll explain. We're gonna do swimming. Dang it, we fell off the boat again. Like I said, it happens a lot. Happens very frequently. This time we're on our bellies and we're swimming through the ocean. Maybe we're about to get on another ship. We need to swim to get there. I've got another pirate jig for you. This time we're doing our squats. So you're gonna squat down, and then you're going to lift up to one side, knee goes up, arm can go up as well, and then you're lowering back to a squat. I like to do arms up to the sky for these, but either works. I'm going side to side. For the next one, we're gonna do plank to elbows. Starting in a plank position, you're gonna lower down one elbow, second elbow, lift up to plank. You can alternate which way you go, but I'm lowering down elbow, elbow, hand, hand. If that is too much, you can also just hold elbow plank. That's totally fine as well. Then we're gonna do some peg legs. Peg legs. We're gonna lay down on our backs. Legs are straight. You're gonna reach around and clap your legs around each leg one at a time, alternating sides. It's like a modification on bicycles. Then we're going to do spyglass. You're up on the tower, you see something, you're gonna put your hand to your forehead as if you're searching for something in the distance. And we're gonna bounce. You can go around in a circle if you want to. You can just go up and down. Spyglass. And the last one is going to be our sea legs. We got to finish with the sea legs, and that's going to be a side-to-side lunge. So starting from neutral, you're going to shift to one side, shift to the other side. The lower you go, the harder these are. You can alternatively go all the way down each time if you want to, for a much harder version. And if your knees and hips aren't ready for that. Okay, last one. Last set. And then we will be done. Ready? Beginning with swimming. 3, 2, 1, go. We're swimming through the ocean. You can do flutter legs. I like to do swimming arms. If you're a mermaid, maybe you can keep your legs together and pretend like you have a fin. Looking good. Maybe you're doing dolphin swims. Good. Rest for just a moment. We're going to do our squat with our leg lift next. So I'm coming to standing for this one. That's this one. Okay. And begin. Squat down, lift up. Squat down, lift up. You can also try to do this with a straight leg. That's totally up to you. Trying to get low in the middle. High lands. Nice job. Rest. We're moving down to the floor for the next one. We're doing our plank to elbows, alternating sides, or you can just hold plank. So ready, set, go. Lower, lower, lift, lift. Lower, lift, lift. Or holding, up to you. Trying to stay nice and tight in the core. We're almost done. You're doing a great job. Good, and rest. Stay on the floor for the next one. We're gonna be doing our peg legs. So that's their scissor legs with a straight leg. Ready, set, begin. Look good. Alternatively, you can do this with a bent knee. Almost done. Rest. Awesome. Next is our spyglass. We're looking for treasure in the distance. Jumping up and down, trying to stay light on the balls of your feet. Ready? Go. So bouncing. You could be looking at the distance. You go in a circle. You can do stuff with your arms if you want to. I'm just trying to stay light. Let legs stay as straight as possible. Rest. Good job. Last one, stay standing, is our sea legs. We're going lunges side to side. Okay, remember, the lower you go, the harder they get. And begin. You can always try a couple nice and high. See how that feels first. If that's feeling really good, maybe you take it a little lower. Of course, feel free to use your hands if you need to. And rest. Ooh, great job, everybody. Thanks for coming aboard my ship and hitting the deck with me. I believe it is Tylyn next. Is that correct? Awesome. I'm excited. Can't wait for that booty.
Anastasia, you're so creative. I don't want to go after you. That was awesome. Thank you so much. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started in standing. And while we are in this standing position, and we're going to start with just little tiny sweep backs with the leg. I always start with my right. While you're here, be long in your belly, shoulders back, chest high. Sweep back, small pulses where your toes come down to touch the floor, and slightly raise up. We're just gonna start activating our glutes for our pirate booty burner. And go ahead and switch legs. I forgot to start my timer. You guys know what we're doing. Keep it going. Da-da. Beautiful. All right, we've got about 10 more seconds here. Squeeze your glute, whichever leg that you're working on, squeeze that same glute. All right, good. Return to your original foot that was planted down on the ground. We're gonna take our hands, you can bring them in front of your chest to this prayer position, or just give yourself a high five, whatever you wanna do. So we're gonna keep our foot planted down into the earth, extending up long through your torso, so feel yourself lift through the crown of your head, and go ahead and pendulum forward, staying on that one foot that's grounded down. Chest should be parallel to the floor. Our back leg is also going to be parallel to the floor. I would encourage you to reach out with your arms long if you want. I'm going to take this back leg and lift it just for a few hammer curls. So the leg that's standing, the leg that is off the ground is going to bend in, trying to get your heel towards your butt. You can bring your hands in that prayer position, out to the side like an airplane. If you fall out, it is okay. I encourage you to fall. We are all good. All right, we're gonna bring that knee up and out to the side, and then towards our midline, and then kick out, extend, bring it back, come behind us, extend behind for a kick. All right, everyone, bring it down, bring it down. That's a lot on our left leg and our right leg both. Go ahead and find your position again. Plant that leg. Go forward with your chest. Bring that that back leg up. I'm gonna keep my hands in front of my chest. Hammer curl in, lift our knee up, bring it so it can almost touch your shoulder if you do, your elbow if you do have your hands up. Extend back, kick out straight. So curl, lift, crunch in, touch, and extend back to the original. See if you can do this 5 times. One more. Good, switch legs. If you started on your left planted, we're moving to our right. Right is a lot harder for me. All right, so begin just with those hammer curls with the foot, bringing that heel in towards the booty and then back out again. Awesome. All right, now once it's bent in, lift your knee out to the side like a fire hydrant. Bring that knee up to your elbow, touch, come back, extend out. Hammer curl in, lift up, knee to elbow, return to the start. All right, we're gonna do this 3 more times. If you need to come out and take a little break, that's okay, go at your own pace. I'm moving quite slow through this. While we're grounding through the leg on the floor, we're also going to squeeze our butt to keep us nice and stable. Awesome, shake it out, shake it out. All right, so while we're standing, I'm gonna come back to that original foot and take the same side arm and go down to the ground. You can bend your leg here if you need. Straighten it if that feels okay. Lift your opposite side leg and arm up. We're gonna do small pulses here. So we're focusing on our stability as well as our leg lifts. Flex that foot for me. Good. And hold it up at the top. Reach a little bit higher. A little bit higher, keep going. I know you guys can do it. We're opening up that top hip towards the sky. Hold, 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 and small pulses. Keep going, don't put it down yet. Good, little pulses, little pulses. Let's make them a little bit bigger, coming towards the floor, higher to the ceiling, towards the floor, higher to the ceiling. If this is hard on the stability, that's okay. You can also come down. Let me move this a little bit. Come down onto your knee. And you can have your forearm down instead, okay? You can place that top hand on the floor if you want even more stability. All right, we're gonna move to our other side, whether you're standing or down on the ground, choose your own adventure. It doesn't matter, just work on the outside glute. I'm gonna start standing. Since this is my right side, I'm pretty sure I'll be moving to the floor quickly. So it's a little harder. All right, so that hand is reaching down, grounding into the floor, and we're doing small pulses. You can have that top arm up if you want. Small pulses and hold it up, flex that foot. Hold it up a little bit more, flex it even further. I'm gonna come down onto my foot or onto my shin and my forearm to finish this up. All right, couple more small pulses. Move to bigger pulses, closer to the floor, higher to the ceiling, bigger and slower. All right, hold it up one more time. Let's get 5 more little pulses on this side. We can do it, come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Is everyone feeling their glutes? Are they there? Are they awakened? All right, last thing while we're standing. Let's go ahead and start on that original leg again. I'm gonna keep my left foot planted while my right leg comes up. And I think this angle is okay for this. So you have 2 options here, okay? I'd like everyone to watch first before we go into them, just so you can visually see what we're doing. You can start in a squat position with your feet out a little further than your hips and take your active leg, brush it back behind your standing leg, curl your toes under, and we're going just into a curtsy lunge and then back up. All right, so back leg sweeps behind, a little bit past our standing foot, and our knee touches and comes back up. That's option number 1. If you feel like you want to give yourself a little bit of a challenge, here's number 2. We're going to take that same warrior position where our leg is lifted up, our chest is parallel to the floor. So we're going to be here. Bend your standing leg, bend your active leg, touch, and then come back up to your warrior 3. This one is a challenge for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and push myself a little bit today to do this. We are doing 30 seconds on each side. So go ahead and choose your own adventure. You can choose both if you like, if you wanna give it a try. And begin. If you are choosing option number 2, move slowly. Look at a spot on the floor. Keep your abs engaged. Your back should be staying straight the whole time. Check in with yourself. Is that heel being lifted when you're up? Standing at your tall, strong position. Good job, everybody. All right, 10 more seconds. Staza's not here today, but she always says you can do anything for 10 seconds, and she's right. Because we have 3 seconds left. Get one more rep in. Woo! Okay, switch legs, we've got it. All right, go ahead and plant your foot. If you're starting in your squat position, feel your legs go down into that earth. Plant your foot and begin. Again, if you are choosing to do option number 2, please move slowly. This is not about the number of reps. This is about our control, our ability to bring our back knee slowly to the ground in a curtsy lunge. Your toes of that back foot are tucked under, helping you get back up off the ground. Amazing, that foot that is planted into the ground and not leaving. Woo-hoo-hoo. Should be feeling your glutes activated right now. Amazing. All right, 5 more seconds. Let's get 2 more reps in at least. Remember, go slow. You've got it. Push yourself, try it. Saturday, you have committed to being here. Good, okay. Now come down to the floor, please. We're gonna take just a second to find our figure 4 stretch. I've done enough standing at the moment, so we're gonna do this on the floor. We're going to start in this seated position with our legs bent, feet on the floor. Go ahead and take the first leg that you'd like to start with. Bring it up and cross it over the back of your leg that stays bent. I want you to take the same side arm and scoop it under that knee that's off the ground. Well, they're both off the ground. And squeeze it in towards your armpit. Play around with that, see how it feels. Maybe take the other arm, scoop it under the heel, and pull opposite of each other, seeing if you can really find those little sticky spots. Amazing, go ahead and switch. So our feet, our legs are in this figure 4 position, if you can see it. I'm almost cradling my leg like it's a little baby, just holding on to it. Maybe it's my treasure that I found. Well, I haven't found it yet, because next we're gonna dig for some treasure. I think my storyline is off, Anastasia. I need to work on this. All right, once you feel good about that, go ahead and uncurl, come down to your tabletop position. Let me check the time. All right, tabletop position. All fours, spread your legs, spread your fingers wide, please. And we are gonna plant our hands directly underneath our shoulders. Check in with yourself. If you can, look up at the screen and see, are you plunged over? Are you seated back? Where are you at? Bring those hands in a little more narrow than they already feel. And we're gonna scoot our legs back just a hair. And we're gonna tuck our tailbone under, round our back. And once we open our chest back up, I want you to find that straight line from the crown of your head down to your tailbone. It's hard to see because I'm wearing my little mermaid costume, but try and feel a very straight line, crown of the head down to the tailbone. Tuck your toes under, and I want you to lift up off the ground so your knees are about 2 inches off the ground. We're gonna take our first leg. I'm choosing my right, lifting my toes off the ground as well, opening my knee up to the side, and doing small pulses, lifting our knee up, up, up and away. Still keep that leg that's planted with your knee off the ground. So it should just be our toes tucked under. All right, hold it up, squeeze it, and drop it back down. Come down for just a minute. I can feel sweat going down my back. I do not like onesies. All right, plant your hands back down. We're gonna go to the other side. Check in again. Are your shoulders directly over your hands? Bring your hands in a little more narrow. Externally rotate your elbows so you're turning your biceps towards the camera or away from you. All right, come up to your toes tucked under, knees are off the floor. Hold that, make sure your back is straight, hold your belly in. Lift your other leg off the ground. You can feel the leg that's grounded really working. Lift our leg up and pulses up to the ceiling. About an inch. I can't go much more than an inch. Maybe you guys can. All right, 3, 2, 1, and hold it. Hold it up. Push yourself a little further. Come back down. Woo! Good job, good job. All right, we're gonna relax to finish up. So come down into your sexy mermaid position. Okay, you can bend the leg that's touching the floor, the bottom leg. Your upper hand can be laying out away from you or sitting under your head if that's more comfortable. We're gonna extend that top leg with our foot flexed. Raise our leg up, come back down. This one's gonna be slow. Good. On the next one that you find, we're gonna do circles back. Start turning it into a spiral. Get smaller, smaller until you're back in the very middle. Go all the way up, bring it as tall as you can, keeping that foot flexed. Check in that your toes are pointing forward. Oh, that's my time. All right, keep going. Toes are pointed forward, foot is flexed. Bring it back down gently, softly. Good, flip over to the other side. Sometimes it's not about how fast we work, it's about how slow we work, if we can feel everything. All right, we're gonna start by flexing that foot, raising off the ground, and pulses. Remember, your bottom arm can be extended long and straight, it can be supporting your head, whatever you want. All right, let's make those pulses a little bigger, down and all the way up. Keep that foot flexed. That front hand is helping balance you. All right, on the next one you find, we're gonna do circles backwards, starting really big, spiraling like a seashell shape into the middle, slowly until you find your center spot where you began. All right, little pulses. Oh my gosh, this is too hot for me. No more onesies in my future. All right, let's bring it all the way up, 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 up. Flex that foot. Point your toes forward so that for most of us will mean we will need to internally rotate, bringing that knee towards the front, towards your camera, your computer, and drop it down slow. Keep your foot flexed. Can you feel your butt cramping up? Because I can. Okay, sea legs. Go ahead and shake it out a little bit. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me for Pirate's Booty today. I'm gonna take this off now. Thank you. I can't wait for our next section with Miss Cressie May.
Yay. All right, we're gonna seize the day and do a little cool down. I was charging my earbuds. I'm gonna go grab those so you can hear me clearly. Earbud struggles. Can I have Sarah, will you just say something so I can see if my earbuds are actually on?
Hello, Cressie.
They're not. Okay. I'll be thank you. Yeah, just take a quick second. I'm just all right, it seems like my earbuds are in and we're good to go. Since they're already on the floor, let's just start on the floor. Let's go ahead and find a comfortable straddle position here. And we're just going to do some breath undulating here. So I'm going to breathe in and pull my chest forward, exhale and curl my chest back. So let's go. While you pull forward, you're thinking about tilting your pelvis and pulling back on your thighs so that you're keeping an external rotation on the hips. Try not to breathe too heavily into your speakers. A couple more. Try to get your neck more involved now, so really extending up through the spine and looking up above you. Good. Go ahead and just kind of wiggle out the shoulders now. Excellent. Okay, we're going to make our straddle a little bit bigger if you had a narrow straddle. So I don't want you to be stretching it too far, but just taking it a little bit wider. We're going to do little flat back pulses. So let me put you to the side here. I want you to think about externally rotating your hips, pulling your pelvis forward, and finding this long back here. Now, for some people, you might be very rounded, and that might be really hard for you. So I just want you to wrap your fingers under your thighs and go back to where we were before and try to extend the chest. Okay, if you are able to keep a flat back, you're just going to do little pulses down towards the floor. See if you can get a little bit lower with each one, but try not to curl your back. Good. Now hold it wherever you're at, whether you're just working on your back flexion or you're actually lower. You're just gonna hold, hold, hold. Good, and go ahead and just let everything go. Let your head fall heavy forward. If you have a super round back, that's fine. Just let it fall forward. Good. Go ahead and sit up. We're going to do some side body stretches. So you're going to take your arm up real high like this. You're going to reach as long as you can, really extend the side body, and then bring it out, 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 out over your legs. Now I want you to try and peel that shoulder blade back. Try and look up at the ceiling, up at the sky, the blue sky out in the ocean. It's beautiful. I don't know what color your ocean is, but mine is like a really beautiful tropical blue. Good. And go ahead and look towards that leg. You can either just work on folding forward over that leg, or you can take your hand across and grab the opposite side of the shin and twist as you push down. Great. Come up and over to the other side. Long, long, long extension. And then over. Find your place here. And then you're going to open that shoulder. Look up at the beautiful sky. Maybe you're on a like giant rock in the middle of the ocean, just sunbathing right now. Good. And we'll turn towards that leg and fold forward. You can add that stretch again. It's the opposite arm reaches over the shin for a twist here. I really like this. My husband and I decided this morning that I'm the mermaid and he's the crab. So, but he's upstairs. Good. Bring that up. Awesome. Let's go ahead and bring those legs together. Now you're going to keep your hands by your side and just start rolling down as far as you can while maintaining contact with your body. Go ahead and round your neck, dropping your head. You can go ahead and pull at your feet if you want a deeper stretch here. Then we're going to roll up. So you're going to think about sucking the belly button and starting from the bottom of the spine, keeping the hands drawn along the legs. Roll up very slowly. Your head would be the last thing that comes up. Good. Let's try that again. This time we're going to curl the neck. We're going to push the belly button back. We're going to come into this kind of hollow pike here and then roll it forward. And you can pull if it feels good. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're just sucking the belly button. We're going to come back to that hollow pike. And you're actually going to roll all the way to the floor. So roll until you're all the way down on the ground, keeping the hands by your sides. Nice. So when you get down to the floor, you're going to make a big starfish shape. You're just going to stretch everything out. And now I don't have the best angle here, but you can start rotating your hips up off the floor and start slowly rolling towards one side, but let the leg and arm kind of drag heavy behind you. You're not doing a full rotation. We're just stretching the side body. Letting that leg be heavy, arm stays behind. Great. And we're going to try a little starfish rolly stretch thing that comes from the modern dance world. And we've done this kind of exercise in a few of our workshops or a few of our parties so far. Let's see. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to reach up with my hip, yeah? And then I'm going to bring that arm long across this top arm. And I'm going to slowly bring my other leg over so that I'm on my belly starfish. Then I'm going to bring it back by bending my leg, bring it over, going back into the side body stretch into my starfish. Okay, so you're going to roll slowly to one side, then reach that arm across, bring the leg over, belly starfish. Take that leg, bend it, bring it across the back, keep the arm reached out long, 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 long. Back starfish. Now we're gonna bring it into a C curve. So you're gonna bring it in like a little baby, hugging yourself in. Big starfish out. Hug yourself in on the other side. Big starfish out. Good. Go ahead and roll over to your belly. And push up into baby cobra here. Just take a couple breaths. My sparkly tights are shedding all over my living room, and they're fishnets. And go ahead and press up into a full cobra here. They're fishnets, and the little rhinestones were getting stuck in the holes while I was doing that, and then snapping my tights into my legs. So it was quite painful. So it's not ideal for that. It's also not ideal for trapeze. They're very painful when they get stuck. Go ahead and push this back. Stretch those armpits down into the ground so booty stays high. Look through your thumbs. Round it up to a tabletop. We'll just do a couple cat-cows here. So lifting the chin and the tailbone up, dropping the belly, and curling your tailbone under, looking at your belly button, pushing your back up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and do full circles now. Disco mermaid. I think we have a really nice blend of pirates and mermaids at this party, which is really awesome. And we're all getting along really well. This whole virtual world thing, like, we can't even threaten each other. We just like have to be friends. It's great. All right, guys, that's what I've got for you for your cool down today. Go ahead and we'll just take a 1 minute break, 1 or 2 minute break in case you need to use the bathroom or anything. Then we'll come back with a 15-minute little self-care workshop with Sarah, working on some SOAS and IT band release. Sarah, can you remind us the equipment for your session?
Yeah, of course. So for my essential TheraBand or just self-care workshop, you can use a foam roller of any kind. Mine has these like yummy spikes all over it that I love, but you can really use anything that's any foam. Doesn't matter the length, the size, a rolling pin even if you want to get creative, tennis ball or a peanut, or even like a bocce ball. So it really just depends on how intense you want to be rolling. So a tennis ball is going to be like level 1, you know, bocce ball is going to be like level 10, probably. Depends on how tight you are. So choose at your own risk.
Thank you, Sarah. And I just want to mention, we actually have a 20-minute self-care section. So I said 15 because that's what we've done in the past, but we're going to do 20 minutes of yumminess with Sarah. So yay.
Perfect. All right, so it looks like everyone's mostly back. I'm gonna put this little seashell back in my hair, back home there. Keeps falling out when we were doing our cardio, but it should be good for this. So we're gonna start by just really getting into some fascia in our hips and our legs, really just feel good kind of workshop. So let's start on the ground. I'm gonna move this a little bit lower so you can get a better view of what I'm doing. And I'm Sarah once again, really happy to be here with you guys. Let's start with our foam roller. And we're just going to really feel into our mermaid spirit here and just imagine that you're just laying over a nice prickly rock in the sunshine. So all the good feels here. You're just kind of starting on the softer part of your hip to the side of your hip bone. And we're just gonna roll back and forth. You can use your arm for support and make sure you're breathing. Breath is gonna allow anything tight in there to release. And I've been doing a lot of walking lately, besides all the swimming I do in the ocean. I've been on land as a human at times, and so I get really tight in my hips. So this is really good for this. We're just moving our belly button forward and back. And then once you start to feel a little bit more loose on that side, you can even bring this movement even more towards your tailbone. We'll get into softer sides on each side of the tailbone there. It should feel good. Any of this, it should feel like a good pain always. A little bit out of your comfort zone. Okay, so we're gonna change this rolling motion from side to side to more up and down. So you can kind of just use, I'm using my back foot here, kind of just pressing on the ground behind me to roll up and down, and might test your balance a little bit, but just make sure that it feels good, you feel stable enough to relax. That's really the only rule. Everyone looks amazing, by the way. Really impressed with Anastasia's story and costume. Yes. Awesome. Great. So now we're going to, the IT band runs from the hip all the way down the leg and connects to the knee. So we're just going to press the foam roller kind of on the side of the quad. And this might be a little bit awkward, but just use your hands to kind of brace. Same thing, breathing as you're rolling the quad, the side of the quad, I should say. I don't really know exactly what that muscle is, I'm not gonna lie. But wherever you feel like you're storing tension there, just kind of rolling through the length of the leg there. Okay, maybe you find a source point, just settle and breathe into that point. Don't be in a rush. For me, it's like right at the IT band connector by my side of my knee. I feel it, so I'm just gonna kind of roll in and out of that. Your arms are getting tired, great, because we're gonna move on to our next portion. So now I'm just gonna take the foam roller right behind the kneecap and just allow, on the exhale, allow your heel to settle to the ground. And then I'm gonna start to roll through the back of the knee and the bottom of the hamstrings, just kind of getting into there a little bit. I have this spiky foam roller. So if that's not enough pressure, if you have one of those really squishy foam rollers, at this point you can totally change up to one of your balls. If you're like, I just don't feel anything, then definitely take advantage of that and use something a little bit sturdier. I always want a little bit more because I have really, really tight muscles. They hate it at the moment, but they love it later. So we're just gonna do the whole thing on the other side. So finish up and then turn to your opposite side once again. You're a mermaid on a beautiful sunny rock. Maybe it's a little coarse like this guy, but it's gonna feel really good. I'm just gonna rub it right onto the side of the hip bone, fleshier part of the hips there. Get nice to them. Connection point, and I'm just moving my shoulders back and forth. Should feel really yummy. Make sure to breathe. And then let's go using your back foot here to brace. Roll up and down. A little background noise, I apologize there. I'm gonna try and talk nice and loud. Nice. And it looks like they're really enjoying this. Pirates and mermaids can relax too, right? Awesome. And then see if you can even get to that side of the tailbone even. A little bit more in there. I think I forgot to say that, so we're gonna catch up there really quick. Great. Now, let the foam roller cruise on down, swim on down the leg to that connector point. It's a little bit of an ab workout. But now we're allowing the leg to be rolled on the side of the knee. And then that same motion of kind of rocking back and forth. Wherever you kind of feel that's a little bit of a free-for-all, honestly. Everybody's different. You'll kind of know what you need. You'll feel it. You'll be like, ooh, that's something. That's some treasure there. Arg. Awesome. So now we're nice and tight with our upper body from holding that. Just turn over, back of the knee with your roller if you want a little bit more. Use your peanut or your tennis ball or bocce ball, all the balls. Settling, and we got to this on the other side. We're gonna settle on the exhale. And let your mermaid tail go soften to the ground. Exactly a little pressure, and then go up the hamstring. Should feel really good. Don't worry, we won't be using our arms for the next poses. So we're probably tired. Okay, set that to the side. Next, grab your tennis ball, if you have one, or a peanut, doesn't really matter, just something round and accessible to you. We're gonna lay right on it, placing it right kind of on the outside of our psoas here. So you'll know it when you're on it. It should feel very intense. You can kind of just draw a line from your hip bone in, maybe that fleshier spot there. So we're just gonna place it right here, and then on the exhale, just lay right on it. A little pressure there. Might take you a moment to really feel into where that muscle is. It's called it the muscle of the soul. It actually connects, well, the only muscle to connect the upper and lower body in that way. So it goes really, really deep. So you should feel a really deep sensation when you find it, kind of radiating up and down through your front body and down through your legs. So just kind of wiggle your mermaid tail or your pirate boots until you find it. It's there. Whew, once you find it, a big exhale. And settle. Yes, it should feel kind of like a dull ache. That's how I like to describe it. Okay, opposite side, take that ball, same thing. Let it kind of drawing a line from your hip to the inside, fleshier part there. Right behind the hip flexor there. And then wiggle until you feel that kind of dull ache sensation. Once you find that, just settle. Allow your body to feel really heavy, just kind of drape over.
Sarah,
Uh-huh.
is this below the hip bone or to the inside of the hip bone?
So it's below and then slightly to the inside.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. It should feel uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. And you should feel it radiate, same thing, front body kind of radiating up and then kind of down into the leg too. And it takes a while to find, especially if you're not used to it. It should feel uncomfortable. Just settle. And let that go. Come to all fours. Do a little shake, shake. Apparently mermaids do sweat. Do you guys know that? Mermaids sweat too. Okay, we're gonna take one leg forward into a pigeon pose. So I have my right leg and I just walked it forward. My back leg is extended straight. You can call it a seagull pose for our theme today. Try and square your hip bones. Really think of letting your hip flexor open on the left side. We're gonna inhale. Nice tall spine. And then on the exhale, roll it down. Rocks over the legs. And I like to move my hips side to side to really stretch into areas of the glute too. You feel really, really yummy. You can relax your forehead down if you don't have too many gems that will get stuck in the carpet there. Be careful with those. All right. Inhale. And all the way up, walking the hands back. And then my favorite pose. So bend your back knee if this is comfortable on your back knee joint. I'm going to try and grab the foot behind if that's accessible to you. And if it's also something that you're working on, you want a progression here, you can try to get your foot all the way to your elbow crook. And nice mermaid pose. It's a balance pose, really squeeze the glutes and engage everything. Big quad opener here. Okay. So that's an option there. You can have one hand down for balance if you need that to steady yourself. And also sing the siren song while you're there. Catch some trapes and sailors out in the open waters. Beautiful. Exhale, release that, let that go. Come back up to all fours. Make just some movements with the hips side to side. Wring out any tension there. And opposite side, so left leg forward. Find our salty seagull pose. Try and square the hip bones. Maybe adjusting that knee forward or backwards. Take inhale, tall spine. And then exhale, float forward. Once again, watch out for your gems, your mermaid crown, or your seashells. Hold on to those. Relax. I like to move my hips side to side. And inhale, let's walk our hands back up. Let's get a better demo on this side. You can see a little bit more of what I'm doing here. So bending my back knee. If this is where you're at today, this is totally fine. Have one hand down for balance. If you want a progression here, you can take, slide the toes into the elbow there. And then really squeeze the glutes, stay active, open hip flexor, quad open. Try and reach for the hands. Sing your siren song. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And come back to all fours just to meet me on your backs. Sharing some of my favorite stretches with you guys. So go all the way down to your backs. Cross your left leg over. Let's all be on the same side just to make it a little less confusing. So left leg is crossed over. I like to point my toes, doesn't matter. Lower both legs over to, let's forget, over to the left side. So left leg's crossed over, you're rolling your knees to the left for a nice twist. And you're looking over your your right shoulder. And you should feel the stretch radiating from your hip, and all the way up to the midline through the shoulder. Really nice. And the top leg is just putting a little bit of weight to open those areas. It's a really nice twist. And I'm doing this one after aerial class. My favorite. Once again, inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Just trying to soften into this shape. Self-care is so essential. All right, bring the knees back to the center. Take a nice little hug at the knees really quick. Lift your nose towards your knees, really contract the spine for a moment. Round everything. And on the exhale, lower back down. This time the right leg goes over the left. and knees float to the right side, and you look over to the left shoulder. Feeling that the weight of the top leg is kind of settle into the body. You feel really, really good after all that cardio, Anastasia, and that pirate who you were. Tylyn, loved it all. Center, once again, inhale, give your knees, and your mermaid tail a big ol' hug, nose first, around the spine. Release, let that go. Take the knees a little bit lighter if you have a yoga mat, a little bit lighter than that. We're just going to windshield wiper them. Side to side. Internal and external rotation. Nice. And slowly roll up through. Well, really just come to a seat however you choose to do that. And then we're actually going to come to a standing position for one of my most favorite stretches in the world. And we'll just the camera just a little bit here. Better. All right. Perfect. So, inhale, bring the arms up, go ahead. Exhale, soften the knees, fold over the legs, and touch your fingertips down to the ground. Keep your feet wider than your hips. So nice wide stance, soften the knees, extend into our left knee.
It's very hard to hear you, Sarah.
Is it? Okay, I will talk louder, no worries. So we're in a nice wide stance. Let's bend into our left knee. Take our left hand down towards the ground and open up the right arm. So you're really thinking about pressing through both feet, really planting firm, but really allowing the right hip to stretch open. And also stretching your shoulder. You can take your hand behind your back too if it gets a little sore from everything we did today. So you're really just trying to isolate nice IT band stretch all the way down. You should feel this kind of just opening and spread open from the side body too. If you want a little bit more, seashell is falling out. A little bit more, you can try and straighten the left leg too, okay? And we'll make it a bigger stretch. And exhale the right hand down to the center. Replaces the left hand. Bend into your right knee. Lift the left arm up. Really think of planting through your feet in order to let the hip open. If you don't really feel too much, straighten that leg. See how that changes things just a little bit. Just squaring the hips. A little bit of hamstring action too. And that hand can go behind you if it's a little bit sore. Have your arm up. And exhale that hand back to center. Come down into a squat position. It's just very obnoxious right now. Awesome. So we're in our squat here. Take a little prayer hand and just move side to side. Move through the heels. And allow your sit bones to really settle towards the ground on the exhale. Just settle into the shape. And then take the hands to the ground. Inhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs. And heel toe the feet slightly closer together. Bend into the knees, and we're going to roll up through our spine, nice and slow. head very, very last. Perfect. So that is all I have for you for your essential self-care, besides just working on your mermaid hair later. I hope you'll work on that, get some waves and some sunshine and salt water maybe. Who knows? It was really good. Thanks everyone for being here. Thank you for your donations every week and just for supporting everything that Cressie's doing. We always love our parties. I know they mean a lot to me. And it's always good to see your beautiful faces and your costumes, of course. So thank you.
Thank you everyone so much. I realize I asked everyone to use a TheraBand and I didn't even ask you to use the TheraBand. Sometimes I get a little overzealous, especially for abs and booty because they're my favorite ones. And I write too many things and then I leave things out. So I want to apologize to everybody, but thank you so much for sticking with me and trying some of those balances. I hadn't taught those before. Those were a little tricky and I just think it's really cool that people were willing to give those a go and try something new. I love the outfits today. Mine's gone. It was too hot. I couldn't do it. Stasa's got commitment every time with like she wears helmets and all sorts of stuff. I couldn't do it. But thank you so much. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their weekend, whatever you choose to do. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you all in person someday.
Thanks for being here. It was lovely seeing you, and you all did so well, so wonderful. Both pirates and mermaids, you all just look fantastic, and adorable, and so glittery. I'm a fan of the glitter, but yeah. And thanks as always, Cressie, for organizing it, and yar. Yeah, someone said yar, but yeah. So thank you, everyone.
Yay! Thank you guys so much for being here today. This is one of my favorite themes so far. That was really, really fun. Let's see, we have a new schedule for next week coming out. It's going to be very similar times to this week. I think our Monday classes actually might be a little earlier. I will have those out by Sunday. I always post a photo on the group page that has everything on there. So even if the event pages aren't out, I encourage you to save that photo to your phone so that you know what to do and where to go. And the event page will always be up before the day of the event so that you can get the Zoom link and all the fun details. Right now I have planned Monochromatic Monday, so pick your favorite color and bring it on. We've got our pajama party after dark. It's going to be on Wednesday. So instead of a workshop this week, we're going to do party after dark. Janelle's going to lead a stretch and snooze little section to help wind us down after that. So I'm really excited. And then on Saturday, we're going to do Burning Man theme. So for all of you people missing your festival life and not going to Burning Man this year, so sad, or any music festivals or anything, I just encourage you to put on whatever makes you feel like having a great time and being your most radical, crazy self. Really encourage you to just show up however that feels for you. And as always, thank you so much for the donations that have come in. They're very, very helpful for many of us right now. And today is the last day to donate for this week's coaches pool. So thank you so much for that. I put up this share earlier, but if you want the information, just let me know and I'll send that your way. And let's do a photo. Thanks, Tylyn, for putting your mermaid costume back on. I have lots of photos too that I haven't posted yet. There's a lot of little details, but they'll be coming.
Cressie, do you have a pose in mind? Gorgeous.
No, please help me.
I like that pose. I'm a little limited because I'm up by the computer, but y'all should get creative. This is good. All right, we're going to take 2 photos at least. Okay. So you can think of different things. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, find another one. I want to get my legs in here somehow.
I know, that's tough.
All right.
How about this?
Okay. No, I like that.
But you're also taking the picture.
I know. I gotta shift command 3 with my fingers. This will do. All right, 1, 2, 3. Gorgeous.
Yay. And just so everybody knows, there's actually an album on
Oh,
the
those are
Facebook
good.
group page specifically for people to put their photos. So please do that. And yeah, take care of yourselves, guys. The world is wild. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of craziness. Just, you know, take it slow, take care of yourselves, practice safe things. We're all in this together and we're not out of it yet. So just be good to everyone and yourselves and take your vitamins.
Bye, y'all.
Have a great day.